Hi Virgo, welcome to your love and relationship reading for the month of November. I like to start off with a reading for my singles, and then I move into a reading for my couples. And just so we're clear, we're working our way through Scorpio and transitioning into Sagittarius. And when we're going through Scorpio season, it's all about transition and rebirth. So a lot of people are feeling a lot of anxieties. People are feeling very emotional, maybe even insecure at times. These feelings will come in and out throughout the month. And what's happening here is the cosmic is saying, okay, ready or not, you need to deal with your business so that we can transition into something else, something better. Okay. I'd like for you guys to think about where you were at this time last year and the transitions that you went to, just for a frame of reference as to what you're dealing with, right now. It's all about centering yourself this month and taking pause. So with that said, it's actually really appropriate when we're thinking about where Virgo is right now, because we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. So the Queen of Cups is all about this deep work. Emotional stuff is what we're dealing with, trying to figure out these whys. And we're going deep. We're going into the abyss of our soul. Right? And we're doing this work so that we can lay the foundation for something wonderful to come into our life. And whether you see it that way or not, that's exactly what's happening. Now, we also have these dual personalities that are at hand here, where it's like, one side we have the Knight of Pentacles, who wants all of their ducks laid out in a row, so to speak, right? I want to plan everything. But then we also have the King of Wands, which is kind of like, you know what? Fuck it. Take the bull by the horns and make shit happen. And let's make it happen fast. And so we're kind of going back and forth with these different wants and needs. And, I should really, take my time with this to process this, where the King of Wands is like, come on, get your shit together. Let's move forward. Let's attack this. And this also touches on some passions and lust, so to speak. So we have this very calm and collective side of you at play with this wild side as well. Okay, kind of going back and forth while trying to maintain and do this deep inner work that's going on. So you're kind of all over the place right now. Now, we do have the Temperance, which is the foundation of this situation. The Temperance is all about healing, which works so beautifully with the Queen of Wands. This is where the subconscious meets the conscious, okay? Where we have a balance and a harmony of these different energies. And again, this is all about healing and transitioning. This is the calm after the storm. This is you trying to find inner peace so that you can continue that forward momentum, moving forward. And just so we're clear, Virgo, this month is all about that deep inner work, okay? Which I know for those of you who are single, that's like shitty news. You're like, what? But this is like a really important work. This is the foundation that we're laying so something wonderful can come into our life. Now, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, which touches on a change. This transition that you're going through wasn't always something... This was a recent change, so to speak, where you were like, I can only take so much. Something has to change because the way my life is going right now, it's not sustainable. So we had a very abrupt change. Now, we do have the Two of Wands, which touches on you starting over, putting the pieces back together, planning so that you can move forward. Now, we do have the Five of Pentacles, which is all about that deep work, okay? Lindsay Mack describes the fives as contractual work, going deep within and really analyzing. And you have some deep cards. It's all about that inner work for you right now. But fives can be tough, especially the Five of Pentacles. This has to do with hurt. This could very well be, in regards to a situation where you felt deceived, maybe even some infidelity that you are recovering from. But again, this work is something that has to happen. This process has to happen. Now, we do have the Nine of Pentacles, which represents the outcome, which touches on independence and freedom, but also success. And this has to do with, finding that inner power within, which I know sometimes sounds very cliche. And yeah, okay, whatever. My power comes from within. Some of you might feel that way, but it's really seriously, one of the most important life lessons that we can learn is deriving that power from thyself. And it looks like this is your path to that, to finding yourself and pulling strength from it and coming from a secure place within yourself. And when we're within this state, we're going to act like a flame. And I want you to think of a moth to a flame, attracting that wonderful like energy. So with that said, I would like to pull a card from my moon deck. And I want this to be your mantra for the month. Now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered. Now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered, all of your experiences that you have gathered from your past up into now. Pull from that strength in order to move forward. Now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered. Pull from that. Look at her. She's amazing. Okay, so with that said, I am going to do a reading for my couples. Virgo couples are dealing with some deep work as well. Okay, so the first card in the spread is the Ten of Cups, and this represents the energy that you are bringing into this relationship, and this has to do with you wanting to move forward towards all the work that you have put forth into this relationship and, establish your goals with one another. You have long-term goals in regards to this relationship and the way that you guys move forward with one another, okay? However, we do have the Eight of Cups, so this indicates, an acknowledgement that things haven't been easy and that the way things are going in regards to this relationship, they have to change or it won't be sustainable. Whatever it is that's going on between you, you need to evaluate what's working and what's not and then move forward from it. And hopefully this moving on will mean moving on with each other. But the way things are going right now, it's not sustainable. This also indicates, grief and pain that you're holding on to. We do have the Knight of Cups, which touches on, where you're hoping to take this relationship. Now, as I said before, in regards to the Ten of Cups, this touches on wanting long-term goals with one another, but this also indicates a change. And this change is an acknowledgement that this change won't happen overnight. This is going to be a slow process in regards to moving forward and continuing your path with one another. This is going to exercise patience, okay? We do have the King of Wands, which touches on the type of energy that your partner is bringing into this relationship. And, with the King of Wands, this is very fast, strong, make things happen type energy that we're working on. This could also, sometimes be an overwhelming and even sometimes aggressive type energy as far as making things happen and directing, the direction of this relationship, where the energy that we have here, even though we want to continue to move forward, is very slow. Okay. Now we do have the Six of Pentacles, which touches on where your partner's at in regards to this relationship. And this person wants to take care of you. This person wants to nurture you, for things to be balanced, for you guys to be able to lean on one another. Now, where this person is hoping to take this relationship is the Moon card, which is some deep, deep work, okay? Focusing on maybe the darker aspects of this relationship. What I'm feeling is that the Moon and the Eight of Cups is focused on the same aspect, focusing on what's working and what's not. However, the energy that's generally associated with the Moon card can generally be focused more on the areas that aren't working, even though this person wants to move forward and for things to be, very balanced and giving with one another. The energy that we're dealing with this person is very fast, where it looks like the energy that we're dealing with you is like, this is going to be a slow process in order to move forward from this, and this person wants to move forward like that. And because, we have this slower energy and maybe a lack of understanding as to why, we just can't move forward really quickly, there's a problem. Now, the way that you see your partner is the Four of Wands, which touches on, long-term commitments, marriage, engagements, moving forward and celebrating. So you still have this goal of wanting to move forward with your life, right? And the way that your partner sees you is the World, which has to do with things coming full circle. Your partner feels like you guys can get through this and come back, even stronger. However, it seems like you guys are at different speeds right now, and you guys need to find some sort of common ground. Now, as far as the outcome, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which touches on, the abundance of energy. But this also touches on the very beginning, and maybe that's what needs to happen here. You guys need to start over and pick up where you left off from the beginning and rebuild on that. So with that said, I am going to draw a card from my Moon deck. It's safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. It is safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. And maybe this touches on the fact that you guys need to reconnect that way. Ignite that fire with one another and connect, very intimately. Maybe it's the intimacy that needs to be touched on in order to move forward, to help light your fire so that you guys can get on the same speed with one another. So with that said, If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys.